Why doesn't the guy at the Dorito place turn that bitch up? It's already $6 for a fucking bag of air. Turn that shit up. Dust the fuck out of it. I want to pull it out of there like it's a fucking piece of cheese.
This is not a family show. Don't bring your kids along. They'll have to explain half the jokes to you.
I'll get my mom, my grandma, and my sister all on a podcast and tell them to get their pussy lips out, and we'll see how that goes.
Why can't you just tell me what you want? And I threw the paintbrush down and I went, I want for me to be right and for you to be sad.
Middle seats on couches. Who did? I know when you go to buy it, you're like, wow, now my living room can sit 6 people. And it's like, no, I can fit 4 comfortable people and 2 uncomfortable people.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, I always sit like this. This is fine. Yep, every day. I sit like this in my house. Well, I'll bring my sister on the podcast just to ask her one question. So when your kids shit themselves, does it shoot straight up the back like a waterfall, or does it need to be like toothpaste and squeezed out?
Hey guys, welcome back to the Complaint Department, episode number 2. I know, we're flying. It's supposed to be somebody else, but that's all right. We've rescheduled, so they'll be here later. We are in this wonderful abode of my basement again, with our... Gotta get your tea out of the way. We didn't have the signs on.
Whoa. You're dealing with the world's best aunt here. Calm down.
Yes. I think I might have to get it. I might have to do it again. I folded it 2 ways, so now it won't, stay up. There we go. Can you hold it, Henry?
You should have paid the extra.
This is Henry. This is Cookie down here. You can't really see her. Can you get up, Mama?
I'm surprised you're not complaining that I brought them with.
Well, you know. Happy wife, happy life.
You should know better than to invite me somewhere and expect there not to be dogs.
That's true. So, I want to go over a few things maybe I didn't touch on last time. This is not a family show. Don't bring your kids along. They'll have to explain half the jokes to you.
Yes.
That sign.
We will also be discussing marriages and relationships today based on our own experiences. So, grandmas and kids, stay away.
Right? Yeah, some of the things that we have in our marriage that we might think, that people might think are, useful or whatever. Maybe that's what you're doing. You're coming to my basement with my wife to get marriage tips. That's where your life's at right now.
I have questions, and I like to know how other people work, and I like to know how we work. So.
That's good. Like, people could put it in the comments. They'd be like, yeah, well, I tie his dick in a knot, and then he likes that.
I'm curious. I want people in the comments to talk about their relationship. But anyway. Continue.
It would be good. Like, we say how we do things, and they tell us how we do things. Mm-hmm. That'd be good.
So
I want to see if there's anything. Oh, I have to say the YouTube thing, right? I need attention, so hit that like button. Helps us, encourages us to keep doing this. If you do like it, show us some love. Hit the like button. I know it costs you $1,000 every time you hit it. But and then also, too, if you want to throw us a subscribe, that'd be cool, because then we can get people to pay us to sit in our basement. That'd be cool. Did you do it? Did you do it yet? Because if not, you're giving me something else to bitch about. Thanks. Appreciate it. I seemed aggressive on that, didn't I? You got to be aggressive. They're just sitting there in their car. They probably have their headphones on, and they're like, shut up about it, because I can't reach my phone right now. It's in my pocket.
There is one thing I can promise you, and it's that you will definitely get my friends to watch this episode. You know who you are.
I don't want to bring any of their names up. What if we get to be like 1 million people?
My girlfriends are going to absolutely destroy you in the comments, and it doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong. And if that's not love, I don't know what is.
Okay.
So, yeah, speaking of...
I've got none of the guys. None of the guys are going to say anything. They're just going to be like, that sucks. And there'll be like 15 comments from the girls.
Okay, yeah, well, to be fair, you have some friends that are way more whipped than you'll ever be.
Yeah, right? Can't get them to watch it.
It's been a while since I've been on a video. Do you remember when I used to make videos?
Oh, your makeup videos back in the day? What happened with those?
I don't know. Some dickhead took them over and then stopped making them with me. So
it's because we had to edit them. I know.
Oh, it's not.
I took them over and I brought a unique perspective.
Ladies and gentlemen, we also got a house. He's forgetting that part.
That's true. I had to fix all this stuff. I had to fix a leak earlier today above the camera equipment. Seemed important.
And by some miracle, my business picked up.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, I'm good at my job, and it's ruining my life.
So anybody who used to watch the old channel, that was Joe and Maddie Reviews, Funny Reviews, I think it was what it was called.
I don't even care if you look at it. I just wanted to complain, because as usual, you take over my stuff with your it is a wonderful personality. It is, I'm telling you, the moment I talked to you, I was attracted to you. However, that doesn't stop me from wanting to catapult you off the roof every time you take over one of my ideas.
That's marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
what to do?
what do you want to bitch about
you
today?
have something that you love, and then I get my fingers into it, and I mess with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You would think with a bachelor's of science in film you would elevate it, but instead you just live to antagonize me now.
Yeah.
Though I have to say, I think I appreciate it because that tells me that you feel safe with me as much as it drives me nuts. You know you can press my buttons and I'm not.
Yeah, I'm going to get in there, and I'm going to fuck with it.
I miss when he was sweet, ladies and gentlemen. I miss when he was sweet.
That's what you married. And then we evolve into be terrible creatures.
He timed this on purpose. He waited until right after Christmas. Yeah.
I'm not working.
Well, I have a nice...
This is what I do when I'm not working.
I
This
have
is
a-
why they take me to work, so I don't do things like this. Oh, he's uncomfortable.
I have a nice pair of earrings and some Lego roses to sustain me through this nonsense. Okay.
Thinks he's getting deeper into that.
Yeah, you said you weren't done bitching about whatever you were talking about last week, so let's start with that. What's making you itch, Joe?
Well, the first one I wanted to bring up, that I don't know how people feel about this one, but what
Hold
about...
on. You never said my name. Hello.
Oh, that's right.
Hello. I am Madeline. I'm Mrs. Nugent. I signed up to enjoy... That's not the right word. I signed up to experience this chaotic roller coaster called life with you. And so far, it's been the best decision ever. That was it. Go ahead.
Well,
Talk
that was
to
one of
your
the things I
friends.
wanted to bring up. That,
What,
like,
my name?
in
Thanks,
marriage.
thank you.
No, that I literally, and I just did it. I forget to introduce you.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. You have, okay, no.
It's like the hardest thing for me to learn. I just think you're going to do it by yourself, like automatic, like windshield wipers. They just automatically turn on now. I come up and I say, hi, I'm Joe. And then you're just going to be like, hi, I'm Maddie. I'm his wife. I do it sometimes,
This
like
is
10%.
the first time in 10 years you've actually given me an alternative. Not once have you said that. You've usually said, oh, I'm sorry, I forget to introduce you. Not once have you said, I just assumed you'd do it yourself. That's bullshit, though. Like, especially if we're at a function for you with your friends. Come on, man.
Yeah. I'm trying to get better. I just suck at it. I don't know why. My brain doesn't do it. I'm just so excited to get in the conversation, I guess. That's what I just did there. I was like, we just like rolled right into it. I was like, well, the first thing I want to bitch about.
I think it's a personality thing, too. Because, like, I have a good memory, and
Yeah, you
I can
do.
read fast, and I think it's one of those skills. Just, you know what to do.
I'm competing with like AI's level memory over here. And it's like, I have no chance. I don't have a chance in hell.
Don't
And then
worry.
you're like, you did this. And I'm just like, I probably did.
Your forgetfulness is a plague on my life.
I know, honey.
Thankfully, you're handsome.
Yeah, I know. And I need my stuff.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah, that's... So see, marriage is, it's about equal. One of the first things I had on my list that I didn't bring up last time, and it was like first on my list, I can't believe I did. But how do you feel about middle seats on couches? Right? You have that left seat where you get the armrest, the right seat, you get the armrest, and then on the edges too, you usually get the recliner, comes up, you're super comfortable, you get a cup holder. Now, when you're in the middle, and then you go over to somebody's house, and nobody picks the middle first, right? They pick the middle last. Like, you're like, oh, I'm going for the edge. And you just hope, this is the only reason to get to a party early, is because you don't want to be stuck with the middle seat, right? It's like middle seats on airplanes.
But, like, imagine if you took the middle seat first. Would people sit in the outside seats, or you're just the dick that's took the couch over?
Oh my God, I've never seen that.
We
Have you ever gone to somebody's house and saw them take the middle seat first?
We should try it at New Year's and see what happens.
Oh my God. I have to film it and put it with the video.
I mean, look, okay, as a pet person, if it's not obvious to you, it is to me. The middle seat is for the pets. They don't need a recliner.
No, like I was watching a football game, went to somebody's house, and then I went for food and I came back, and son of a bitch. The only one is the middle, right? The guy on the edge, he's got like the thing, he can put his food there and he's eating. And now I'm in the middle and I'm like...
You don't need the recliner. You're 2 feet tall.
Right? And then you're like, you don't know what to do with your hands, right? Because if you don't know the people around you, you can't like
on this, or on this side? Because, or do we just, as a society, be like, I know where you're at with the middle seat, and I feel bad for you. Go ahead, you lean on me.
I say you double down.
When you're in the middle seat.
I mean, I don't have a bubble because of my job, so I would just get right up in there. I'd go, it's okay. I don't mind. I'm a massage therapist. You make them uncomfortable. A little bit of that knee touch.
It does. It does. And then you accidentally touch, and now you're like,
and
damn.
now I have a whole couch to myself. You're not selling me on this.
No, I'm not going to sell. Yeah, because, like,
I
just think we should just get rid of it.
Hey, you know you're a real bitch when you want to take the middle seat. That's what I've decided.
Yeah.
Do you take the middle seat? Why are you a bitch?
How do you feel about the middle seats? Throw it in the comments. So I'm getting some comments, darn it. But anyways,
what else?
I'm not done with the middle seat yet because of how uncomfortable you have to sit.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, this is a big one.
All right,
it's number one on the
folks.
list, and I cannot believe I missed it last time.
Strap in.
Yeah, I'm very upset because, like, who did? I know when you go to buy it, you're like, wow, now my living room can sit 6 people. And it's like, no, I can fit 4 comfortable people and 2 uncomfortable people.
You're taking up the space of like 12 people so you can accommodate 3 2 times a year.
Yeah, we should do a love seat and then like an easy, a comfy chair. You can do that, but don't have that middle seat. It's awful.
I've always
It's
said
like
this.
always higher too because nobody sits there. On the edges, they're like sunk in and comfortable.
This is what you need. You need a recliner chair. Everybody needs a recliner chair,
Yeah.
and they need an end table. They need something where they can put their bullshit and something where they can put their drink. You know what I'm thinking now? They should take the middle seat and couches and just make it a folding type deal, like a center console in a car, and just make that the end table.
Well, they do. But then why did you even make it a seat? It should be 2 seats and then a table.
That's what I'm saying. Just make it the table.
Exactly. But just stop. I want a reasonable explanation why you have that middle seat. What are you inviting 3 friends over? You're going to invite a couple, right? And then they can like cuddle, right? But then you got the other guy on the other side. Like, what's he going to do? Where'd his, okay. So you have the situation where then that third person, they came by themselves. Now I feel wonderful that they get to cuddle and I'm over here cold all by myself. And then what? Okay, then he came with somebody else. Now my other person has to sit over there. What am I, remote? Like, they're like on an island. Like I have to talk to them way over there. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And then you have to pretend. You can't, because they'll look at you and be like, are you good? And you're just like, you're like, you're like, oh yeah, I always sit like this. This is fine. Yep, every day. I sit like this in my house because I don't want to touch this guy. I don't want to touch that guy because we just met. Like I went to my friend's house, and I'm not going to say his name, but I went to his friend's house. I had to do it. I was like, yeah, come on. Oh, yeah, I'm good. This is comfy. I mean, it is like half
Were
a
you
fucking...
watching football, too?
Yeah. And then you're just like, yeah. And then the knees touched, and you look at each other, and you're just like, we know what happened there, but we're not going to talk about it. Oh, we saw it, and then we move apart, right? And now I'm even worse. It's like, even on airplanes, they have the middle seats, and you're like, nobody wants that goddamn seat. And now we're putting it in the fucking living rooms. We're making people miserable. Stop it. Love seats. That's it. 2 seats. That's all you get.
All right. I'm going to disagree with you on the plane thing.
You want a middle seat in a plane?
I've just decided I want the middle seat in a plane.
What the fuck?
Okay, hear me out. The window.
I'm going to need to.
Everyone's coughing up against the window. It's gross. You don't know the last time it's been cleaned. And you know what's going to happen. You've seen these videos on TikTok. I'm sitting here in my seat up against the window. What do I see coming in my peripheral?
I don't know. Oh, the foot. I have seen the foot. Does it say stick your foot here?
I better not see any tootsies in my damn face. I'm tickling them or I'm spilling my Coke on them. Teach you a damn lesson. No. And if you're in the aisle, now you got to deal with everyone else trying to get out of the seat. If you're sitting in the middle, you're farthest away from the germs. That's my opinion.
Right? How does that happen? Like, people are like, I'm going to stick my fucking fat foot up to the right of this seat, and they think nobody's gonna see it?
It's
like,
almost...
like, that's where my elbow is. Like, my elbow shouldn't be close to your tootsies, ever. I just know you went through a dirty-ass fucking airport. You just had to take your shoes on and off through TSA, so you were, like, walking through the dirt in the TSA. Do you think it's, like, the cleanest area ever? Because people, like, socks, like, clean it? Like, they don't even have to mop that area. They're just, like, constantly mopped with people's socks.
Have you seen those old videos, like, back in the 70s where the airport used to be glamorous? You would get dressed up to go to the airport.
Right.
Now it's a cattle drive.
Yeah.
It's an absolute cattle drive. Nobody dresses up because you don't want shit to happen to you. Fun fact, I had breast milk spilled on me one time, all over me and my purse. Yeah, well,
Was I
on the
there?
flight. No, this was before I met you. And I was going, it was a 6-hour flight because I was coming home from California, yeah. And this poor mother, she was working so hard to take care of her baby, so I did not want to say anything to her, but man, was that... To have to experience breast milk for the first time as having your purse soaked in it, and it was someone else.
Does it stink? What does it smell like? You remember?
I don't remember.
I mean, I don't know. I don't.
Have you ever drank?
We're not having kids.
You know how I buy almond milk?
Yeah.
And you drink that for a while, and then you
Yeah.
go back to regular milk, and
Yeah.
it smells like you can tell it came from like a mammal.
Yeah, like
that's
you didn't.
what it smells like.
Like you didn't actually milk the almonds. Yeah.
That's what it's. Yeah.
Do they milk the almonds? Where does it come from?
Yes. You didn't know that?
Almonds have udders?
In California, yes, they have the almond udder farm.
Do they have rights like cows?
That's a good question. Do
In
almonds
California,
have
they
rights?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nuts have rights.
Nuts?
Nuts. Almonds
Nuts
are
rights. Rights for nuts.
Nuts rights. Nuts rights. That would be a great name for my memoir.
Yeah.
Nuts rights.
Okay, let's go back to the plane. If it's not
Yeah.
middle seat, are you aisle or are you window? We're going to bitch about either one.
You've never seen this movie, but in The Wedding Singer, Drew Barrymore, she gets the back of her elbow smacked by the cart, and I'm
Yep.
worried about that because I have linebacker shoulders.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's my foot. No, I don't want to be staring at someone else's foot. The only time I want to see a foot is if it's in my office and I'm being paid to massage it, okay? That's the only time I'm looking at them.
Get out, where are you going?
Away
You're falling
from you.
off the frame.
I'm sick
People
of...
are going to...
I'm getting away from you because you piss me off.
We didn't even get into the piss off levels.
Yeah, well, I'm getting there.
Now, going back to... Okay, so I'm a window guy. I like looking out because Dad, right? Planes tells me too much, right? I want to see if that pilot is like, I want to know first. Like, I don't want to have to go, hey man, how's he doing over there, right? Like I want to know first. I don't want to have to ask.
I understand why planes are flexible, but I don't like to look at the wing going. Blah, 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 blah.
Does,
It
right?
scares the shit out of me.
It's like you're on a big
But
bird.
I do like to look down, and I like to see how quickly the cars get tiny, like little ants.
Right. The window's the best. I don't know, but other people like the aisle, I guess because they have to piss a lot. Like if I'm like back in college with a lot of drinking, then I was an aisle guy. Because I'm like, I don't want to have to ask Grandma and Aunt Susie to be like, oh, get out. And I'm like passing them with my butthole when I'm on the, or no, I guess they get up.
I'm an uncomfortable germaphobe.
What if they
I'm not
can't get up?
peeing. I'm not peeing. I'm not drinking. I'm not eating. I'm fasting. I'm religiously fasting until I get to my destination.
I never thought about that. What
It's not healthy. It's not healthy. You should just use the bathroom and you're not going to get sick. But I've gotten sick the past couple of years so many times from being out in public. It's just not worth it for me. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I'm sick now. It's awful.
Hey, do you know what a hover is in terms of a bathroom?
I've heard of girls doing that.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
so you have heard of it.
I've never hovered. That's
I
not a
don't
guy thing. I don't think guys hover. Is it? Write it in the comments if you're a guy that hovers.
No, this is the... No.
I mean, we have the urinal, so like we're only like 50% actually in the stall.
Okay, so I have a question for you. I heard this on another podcast, actually. When you are at the urinal, okay, how do you get your equipment out? Do you unbutton everything, or do you simply undo the fly and roll out the package?
The only time, like it's just the zip, zip, reach in.
It didn't occur to me that there were two different ways to do this.
I didn't know either. I mean, I'm not looking. I don't need tips. Like from the guy next to me, I don't need a tip. Like, hey, how are you, handling the twig and berries over there? We don't really convene over it. Like, hey, so how's it going? Like, do you bring hand warmers?
I thought
like,
you did.
I don't know if they do. Like, maybe some guys, right? They'd have like.
Do you ever?
But like, okay, so the only time I ever unbutton, right, is if it's like cold, right? And then I've got like layer and layer and layer, and then it's like a fucking onion to get to my dick. Like it is a bitch because I'm fat, so like I can't really see it. I just have to like, like where's Waldo with my cock? Like,
how do people pee on Everest? It's cold. You ain't getting the bits out. There's a hiking company for women that's starting to make pants with a zipper in the bottom. I'm imagining
that's a good idea.
That's probably what it's for.
How do you shake though? It seems like there's a lot of that can trap things?
well, it
You just
depends on
gotta
the
like
person.
dunk it. Do you
I think at that point you
do
don't
you need
care.
like with cameras? We have these little those little baby things that suck the boogers out. They like you can squeeze it and it's got a nozzle on it.
Yeah.
You need that, but like a
There's
and just,
also
blow
a
it
third
off.
use for that. Let me know in the comments if you know.
I have to wait for the comments.
Yeah, it's an adult piece of equipment, I believe.
What's it do? Does it blow you up like a balloon?
Nope. Ask someone else. Ask your mom.
My mom.
Yeah.
Why don't I ask my grandma too?
Well, because she's dead.
Hey, grandma, got a question for you.
I'm sorry. We have one left that's still very lovely and very alive. Sorry. I was thinking about your other grandma.
So I heard about the Great Depression.
Well, because
also, how do you blow off the pussy lips?
Honestly, I love your mom too much, but I would pay good money to see you say that to my mom.
Kimberly might watch. I don't know.
Can we
That'd be
please?
great.
Oh my gosh, my mom's the best. Do you love when she read my pun name last night and
What?
couldn't understand it when we were playing Jackbox?
Oh, that was great. But we can't put it up on the screen. Can you say the last name and then first name and then put it together? How can we display it for our users here?
Anita.
You did it forwards now.
Anita.
Yeah.
Fadcock.
And then her mom couldn't really tell, so then she was just like, "Who's Anita Fatcock?"
You do? Bam. Good times.
It was
Look,
so
my mother-
innocent,
no.
and then it was like,
My mom's a type A woman. She needs someone like me to shake her world up.
yeah, she's very, yeah.
I hope you enjoy me taking
It
you
is.
on a tangent.
It is fun. I do not enjoy you falling off the screen though. You need to move the dog.
Okay, I'm done.
Get over
sorry,
here.
I'm sorry.
You can lean back, but you're gonna have to move the dog.
I'm not used to wanting to be close
There
to you.
you go. I know. Me and Alicia had to cuddle because it was like, this doesn't really fit 3. It's
I like it when you make
2
money.
and
I
a
don't like
half.
it when you cuddle with me.
I know.
I already have my cuddle companions. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, okay. So
So I wasn't done with our whole
Yeah, I know.
living room and
shut up.
airplanes.
People are gonna ask. I used to hover. I'm not a hoverer anymore.
Oh, I forgot,
Because
yeah.
if you spray that seat, you're ruining it for everyone. Don't be a jerk.
Wait, what's the point of the hover? I thought it was there's nasty shit on the seat. I don't want to sit on that.
Yes, there's people peeing on the seats all the time, but some people, even if they see a clean seat, they'll hover anyway because they're used to it.
See, now here, follow this, right? I get where the bits are, maybe the dirtiest part, right? But the butt cheek part, right?
The what?
The bits.
Yeah.
Your asshole, your pussy, and my dick, my balls, right? All that dangling stuff. Now, we all see this as
Okay.
dirty, right?
I know.
But to be honest, my hands, my face, my legs are all
dirty.
uncovered.
Say germy. It's
Germy.
germy. That's
Right.
the better word.
All uncovered.
Okay.
But my ass and up there, right? All covered all day long. I shower in the morning, and then till I get to the bathroom, it's all covered, and most people too. So isn't that the cleanest part of you that's touching the seat, and the cleanest part of the person before you? Now the middle part, but they're all dangling in the middle. The nuts are like that.
Well, you know
and,
what they
the
say.
lips are down there doing what they do. I don't know.
They say the mouth has way more bacteria than a toilet seat ever will. You could eat off of a toilet seat.
That's what I'm saying. Plus, especially public ones, because they're cleaned once a day. At home, once a week.
Not porta johns.
They're just.
Oh my god! No.
I mean,
No, I've been to enough soccer tournaments in the heat at the peak of heat time in July. No. So bad.
I mean,
Yeah, and
we all know.
We've all been in a heinous one.
Oh yeah, and you're you look at those plastic pieces of shit on the other side of the field, and you're just I don't want to have to, and then you're halfway through the game, and it's just whoa, and you're like, oh come on, man, we can make it home, and then you have a realization with yourself, and we're gonna have to go over there.
I would literally rather wear Depends.
That's not a bad idea.
I'm not saying I would purposely shit myself, but I'm just saying I'd rather do that. If we're on the way home, it's whatever.
What do we do about the smell, though?
I have a
right?
especially
Do
if we have
Depends,
kids. It's they're shitting their pants. Why can't I?
What if we had Depends? I mean, yeah. I don't know how they work. When you're an old person and just it lets loose, right?
Yes.
How do you
Yeah.
not
You lose more
stink
control.
up the whole the whole environment, or do they? I don't think I've ever been around somebody that.
Well, no, I would
that
imagine.
happened.
I would imagine it would be like a child. You would just, you got to keep up on that. You got to change it every once in a while.
Right, but is it like a car crash? Like, when the airbag goes off? Like, what if you had Depends that had, like, a little packet in it that could sense poop, and then, like a Febreze, it would just, like, and then, like, all of a sudden it smells like flowers in here instead of your shit.
I just imagined an adult having a blowout. For those of you who
Oh,
don't know
does it go up the back?
Yeah,
Oh!
I was just going to say, if you don't know what it is, that's when typically babies do it. It's a universal experience as a parent. They'll defecate and it'll just splash up that back. Woo!
I think it's probably because, like, babies are, like, lean back and, like toothpaste, just, like, and it goes right up the back. Right? Because it's not going to naturally, does it? I don't know. We don't have kids.
We can ask your sister.
We could. Well, I'll bring my sister on the podcast just to ask her one question. So when your kids shit themselves, does it shoot straight up the back like a waterfall, or does it need to be like toothpaste and squeezed out?
You could ruin your relationship with her and ask her about the pussy flaps.
That'd be great. I'll get my mom, my grandma, and my sister all on a podcast and tell them to get their pussy lips out, and we'll see how that goes.
The thought of making you uncomfortable brings me joy. That's
Then
what it is.
again-
That's what it is. Making you upset brings me joy.
My mom, my grandma, and my sister with their pussy flaps out in my basement does sound like a very York County thing.
Oh my God. Oh, your sister would be so. Here's the thing. I feel like. We'll talk about that later. Go back to the airplane shit. You got anything else to complain about there? They're gross.
I don't like
It's
airplanes.
a cattle, right? Okay.
Yeah, we're all in there together. Oh my God, what about the Depends on the airplane? Like, what are you going to do? Your window seat, you just shit yourself.
Okay, speaking of Depends, I feel like, I thought about this on the way home today from work. Why do we act like old people don't know what sex is?
That's a good point. Well, they don't like...
It's like every generation is like, oh, we're so down and bad. And it's like, no, how do you think you got here?
I mean, you're right.
I
don't know, but like...
I
think you
we're
see
sexually active into our 70s and 80s if we make it that far.
What else do you have?
I was just going to say, honestly, if that's the only thing I'm going to make sure I'm physically capable of doing. And petting my dog.
From like 12 to now, boobs have always been great. I see a pair of tits and I'm like, So, is there an age where I'm just like,
No.
Not anymore?
No,
I hope not. That sounds miserable. What am I going to look at then?
If I've put up with your dumb ass that long, I don't think anything's going to take us apart.
So what about, like, all right, so, like, I'm an ass guy, I think, right? That perfect little curve, that's nice, right? Boobs are great. But what about the female side? You guys seem to be like, oh, that man, like, does it need to say on his shirt that he has a job? Like, is that what really gets it going?
We love a man in uniform because that means a paycheck is coming. It is nice.
Not the only thing that's coming.
Marriage.
Yeah. We're not getting any marriage solutions today.
No,
it's already been like 40 minutes. What time did we start?
I don't know. I haven't thought about this. Give me a second to think about it. Well, because what I like in a man is going to be completely different from what other people like in a man. Are you talking like pure physical attraction?
Sorry about that chair noise. Yeah, like from across the room. Like, you know.
Well, I can't see
like
you from across the room because everybody else is taller. Anyway, I can tell you, I do like your height, quite frankly, because it's easier to harass you. If someone's taller, you got to be like, hey, come down here. Yes, I would like to kiss you. No, get your ass down here. Where you, like right now, you could be working and I can just get right up in your face. And there's nothing you can do to get away from me.
It sounds like the same conversation I would have if I went to prison.
Well, the thought that I have you trapped brings me joy.
Yeah.
Laundry's done. That's the other thing. It's hard being a wife because I'm thinking about all the other things that need to get done. You're just like, oh, where's the podcast?
You have to get up early. It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
I don't care.
And you have to get up at 8.
I don't care.
We gave her a nap. We fed her. Food, tired, comfortable. The temperature has to be right. I have the heaters on. That's how I figured it out. Like marriage, right? Pro tip for new married guys, I don't know, maybe every girl's different. I figured this one out.
No, they're not. I actually just read this earlier today. I'm cutting you off. They said that eating a good meal
I'll give you a good meal.
increases the endorphins, or not that it increases endorphins, it primes your brain for more enjoyable activity, whatever that may be. Which is true, because I'm very basic. I need to be fed and I need to sleep. And if I don't sleep, I do not care. I don't care if the president's here. I don't care if the sky is falling. I don't care if I've won $1 million. We can talk about it when I wake up.
Yeah.
Doesn't your sister wake up swinging too? She doesn't like it either.
I would think, like, anybody gets cranky.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Fuzz and Alicia don't.
Maybe.
They just drink like a...
They get up at like 6. Like
they drink a pitcher of coffee and then they're like, let's do everything!
Right? They're great to hang out with, but like they get up early,
I
and
have a
I
question.
don't.
I thought you said Fuzz is the kind of guy who only does things once. So how is...
Mostly.
Okay, so how has he not...
Other than golf.
No, we don't say the G word in this house.
I have the clubs. They're like...
How does he run
They were
out
in
of...
frame last time.
How-
There's only like a putter there or something.
How do they not run out of things to do?
Well, that's why I hang out with them.
Don't you
They
think he
always
would've-
figure out different shit. And I'm like, I found one thing and I'll just keep doing it forever.
I like hanging out with your friends, but they are not as lazy as I am. So like if they
Yeah.
get up at 6 a.m., they're staying up till 2, regardless. And my battery doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You want to talk about that, or are you going to bug me about what I find attractive again?
Yeah, did we ever
I literally
get to it?
No, I said height, and that's it.
So you need a like short little fat guy.
I like stocky. Yes, I like short, stocky men.
Okay.
You know what? This is what I have
It
to say.
shows.
I think what we see online is obviously not what people are looking for now. I think when people say they want a dad bod, what they mean is you don't have to have a low fat percentage, you just have to be strong. You ever think about it that way? You just
Strong. Like, strong.
You need to
Not
have-
like emotionally strong, so when I come to him with a problem.
muscles. We're purely talking physical
But you can
attraction.
see that from far away. Like, you need to see a dude picking up something heavy, and then you're like, I'm heavy, he'll pick me up.
When you wear t-shirts, yes, I can tell your forearms are nice.
I just look like a fluffy teddy bear because
Nice
we're in our basement and
forearms.
it's like 12 degrees down
Oh
here.
my goodness. If I see a nice strong back, I am a fan.
You liked my thighs.
I do. I like your legs.
Yeah.
I like the
Because they
male form.
pick my fat ass up.
I like the male form, kind of in the way that I'd like admire fine art, like a nice statue. You're like, those are nice legs, nice human legs. That's what I like. Yeah. And I know you say that like women don't like dick pics, which we don't. I don't really like dick pics.
I just,
Yeah.
how do you, it doesn't, you
but
know.
every once in a while, I'm like, it's interesting that I'm attracted to the male genitalia.
Like, okay. Like, what are we supposed, like, you can just boobs, flash, and it could be the worst tit pic, and I'm still like,
Yeah.
But like a dick,
don't work that way.
I swear to God, you could have a professional photographer, lighting, like Beyonce fucking fan blowing on that fucker, and you're just like, nope.
Yeah, you know what? Because my favorite picture, you took like a boob. Well, it was a funny photo. But the only thing I didn't see was your twig and berries.
Right, and
You
that's
know
the way
which
I
one
made
I'm
it.
talking
Right?
about.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
With the
that's
sunlight.
Best, it's the best one.
It is because
And
I
didn't
figured
see
it
balls.
out, and there was no dick in it.
I don't mind balls. I like balls. I just don't like the shaft. Put it away. It's weird.
It is.
It's-
It just looks like you took a picture of like leftover hors d'oeuvres, and you're like, you sent me a Mercedes, and I sent you.
A Hot Wheels.
Yeah. And I'm just like, this is all I got. Well, like, we feel obligated to send something back.
Yes, but I'm
Can
also
you give
the
me
woman.
a tip?
You need my mind.
I don't think
needs
you
to
know
be-
either. Like, you really want the text back, maybe. You send me boobs, and then I'm like, you're the love of my life and the only thing I've ever wanted. All right, see, I'm really bad at. I should have put that on the list for you to bitch about. I'm
You
not.
are such a dick.
My
I have
affection
been
is like
asking you-
honk honk, and you're like, nope.
I've been asking you to practice telling me nice things, and you said you're uncomfortable with it. But you're going to whip out some shit like that when we have cameras and mics and a fucking video camera in front?
I tried.
I hate you.
I know.
Hate you. I hate
Not
I
good
should
at
have
it.
brought the spray bottle down and sprayed you.
That would have been funny as shit.
That's literally the first time you've ever said something like that, and now it's on camera, so I can't even, like, appreciate
We can review it. I'll turn it
I
into
hate
a
you
reel
so
just
much.
for you.
But yes, I need my... No, you know what? You didn't have to say that.
I think that's better than a dick pic, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, be like, damn, that's a hot body. It's very easy. It's very easy. Just be like, oh, a picture. I like that.
It was like sideways, kind of like a butt cheek, you know.
Because like, what
maybe
if you
the
answer back?
arm, right?
Oh, that's nice.
But still nudie, right? You like, because it's like, this is just for the wife, so we're just like, there's nothing on.
Imagine.
But it doesn't need to be that part of the body, I think. Maybe that's what we should go for.
Imagine if you're me, okay?
Comment section. That'll go great on YouTube.
Imagine if you're me, okay? I send...
Okay, first thing I'm doing is...
Sending a nude. I'm sending a nude to my husband. What if you texted back, that's nice? How would you feel?
I'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, I did all that work. Like, I removed the clothes. I took the picture. And you're probably, like, looking at it to be like, that's pretty good.
If you don't send me back a GIF or, like, a woo,
yeah,
it's all over.
Right, I'm not getting any more. That's for sure.
No, and that doesn't take a lot of time. Like, if you guys are busy, like, sending a GIF, perfection.
Yeah.
Because it really encompasses how you're feeling without having to express it, because you're not great at, which is fine. You're not great at expressing yourself. I express myself too much. So, we balance each other out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Covered dick pics and...
I'm kind of sad because usually I just want to fight you, and you wanted me in a spicy mood. I know, I'm too agreeable today.
I know, I caught you on an agreeable mood.
I know. You know what? That's another thing I want to complain about.
Okay, so 30 days from now.
Yeah.
You're on a pattern.
Men are on a 24-hour cycle, and women are on a 30-day cycle.
Yep.
It ebbs.
Men what?
Men are on a 24-hour cycle. No,
I hate that I have to keep
hormones.
coughing.
Although I'm not well versed. I'm not well versed in the endocrine system, so.
All right, we're gonna use big words now.
Yes, the endocrine system.
What is that?
It's your hormones.
Probably everybody else knew that.
No. I can't believe
What?
I can't believe I got you to say sister and pussy flaps in the same sentence.
Well, I hope she watches. Maybe she'll throw a like.
Lindsay's gonna owe me $50 for that bet.
Yeah, probably. Fuck it, we're using friends' names, I guess.
I'm gonna derail all your shit. I'm derailing all of it.
I know. That's what we do, honey. That's marriage.
Yeah.
You derail it just enough to shake the cart, because you want to see the cart shake but not fall off the tracks.
Everybody wanted to see the better half. You're welcome.
Right?
All right.
Well, we had our videos from before, but the editing, and it was just awful. But everyone loved them, but we only had 3 or 4 because it's a bitch to edit that 10-minute thing. But now it seems I don't know, an hour and a half podcast. That's what people want. So you're like, I can do that. I've watched podcasts, and I feel like I can maybe be somewhat entertaining. I don't know. I'll watch it.
I don't know how to edit, and every time I learn how to use, what's it called? I almost called it Profusion.
Final Cut.
Well,
I mean, nobody uses that anymore, but I still do because I have
Profusion is a brand of razor, I believe.
I mean, you could cut
Final
with
Cut.
That.
I finally learn. Every time I learn how to use Final Cut, I forget again by the time I go back to it, and I just don't have the patience. I also feel weird about the waste, because we buy that stuff and then we don't use it, and it.
Oh yeah, with the other videos.
I ask myself that often. What do I do? Although we have a bin, we did keep most of it.
Yeah, we did. We kept a lot of it.
I can't talk about any of the things, though, because we didn't release that video yet.
We still have an unedited one. Well, if this is successful, then we can pay an editor to edit all that crap. But we'll look 10 years younger, because that's how long this is going to take. Seems 8 years or something is how long it takes a podcast to take off. But I plan to have the basement for 8 years, so, 8 years from now, I'll be 30, 37, 3, 5, 45? Ish.
What are you in the mood to talk about? You want to go back to the beginning of our relationship?
Relationship stuff? I mean, I didn't have any relationship stuff on here.
What was moving in with me like? Did I do anything that really pissed you off?
Back in the day?
Yeah.
No, wait. I mean, I can only think of, this is terrible, but I can only think of good things. It's that's what
keeps our marriage alive. All the bad stuff, all the fight, it just kind of disappears from your brain.
Yeah.
And then I get to choose whether I want to bring it up or not.
Yeah, right? You're I don't know, we lived in a house, there was no walls.
I was you don't remember that really bad? We've only had 1 or 2 fights, and you were like, no. And I was like, oh, guess I'm perfect.
I mean, we didn't have walls, we didn't have insulation, we didn't have heat, but I had Boobs.
Boobs. I knew you were going to say that.
None of it mattered. And I still have boobs. I brought the boobs with me.
Okay.
I didn't fuck it up so bad that the boobs left.
This is going to be probably controversial. I moved in with you, I think we were dating 6 months, which seems pretty fast for people. But when you know, you know.
Was it?
Yeah, when you know, you know. And when I say that, when you meet someone that you are compatible with, it's very evident. The chemistry was always there. And I feel like you and I always had a foundation that we kind of just felt that we could build upon. And I think that's what people say when they're like, oh, love at first sight or like a zing. I think that's what they're talking about. It's a certain level of compatibility that just is there due to the nature of who you are.
Maybe.
Because you always made me laugh.
I felt we were it was just easy. So that's what everybody says when it's right.
Easier.
Like, it's just easy. Like, there were no complaints then.
Yeah, well, I think moving and living in that shit house was actually good because the honeymoon phase just really sustained me through the nonsense. And it probably did for you, too. Like, just hanging out with you was amazing. You know, you were in that stage where it's, like, really euphoric.
Yeah,
and we would
the beginning. Yeah.
We would just fix the house and watch Star Trek.
Yeah.
You know? And I think...
We were less employed then. Now we just see each other a lot less, so it's like... What if we saw each other more? Like during the pandemic, like when married couples saw each other more, like the divorce rate, like, wow! Like people were like, holy shit, I need to go back to work.
I want to talk real quick about I want for me to be right and for you to be sad, because I think it's a good one.
That was a good one.
I think because as much as we talk about our relationship being good, I think we should talk about the times when it sucked, too.
Yeah. I try to remember some, but see, I'm competing with it. I can't remember.
I feel
I'd have to like write them down.
If we talk too much about our marriage, I don't want people to think I'm bragging. Because I know what I got. But we were fixing the living room. That's what we were doing. We were painting. And at that time in my life, I just did not know how to communicate. And I was so afraid that if I voiced my opinions, that you would just be like, you know what? Fuck this. We're breaking up. Get out of my house. Because that's just what I expected. I don't know why. And I find that's interesting when you bring that stuff into the relationship because it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with my experiences in life up until then. But I remember very vividly, I was on a ladder and we were getting ready to paint the living room and I have paint in my hand and we had to do something laborious. We had to move stuff around before we could continue painting and I didn't want to do it. And I remember we were getting so heated and you turn around and you go, why can't you just tell me what you want? And I threw the paintbrush down and I went, I want for me to be right and for you to be sad. And just like that, instead of yelling at me, you laughed at me. And that's when I knew.
Because we figured it out.
I wanted to kick your ass, and I also wanted to spend the rest of my life with you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good one. So, that
was a good story. Do you have a good pausing point? Because the battery's about to die.
Yes, that is the good pausing point.
And 3, 2, 1, we're back.
Cookie's making an appearance.
Hi, honey.
Hey, I have something that you can complain about, and I don't know why I didn't bring this up earlier. What does it feel like to have your marriage completely infiltrated by this creature?
By a black wiener?
This is my dachshund Henry. We bought him. We rescued him in 2019. He was 2 years old, and he's still neurotic, but he was incredibly neurotic to the point where, like, you couldn't even get this close to him. He would dart. But now, like, because we're Velcro, he's completely taken over your life. So I thought maybe you'd want to complain to everybody about him for a little bit.
Good boy.
Yeah, that only took 2 years, 3 years. Anyway, I thought
he is a little shit, though.
Yeah, I thought you'd want to complain about him to everybody.
Yeah, but he's cute. So
no,
I'm gonna look like the bad guy.
You're not gonna look like the bad guy.
Like if I could complain about him and he's not here, they think he's some like ugly dog, and now you just show a cute dog on there, and you're like, hey,
here's my
yell
argument.
at this cute puppy.
No, here's my argument.
Ratings.
This happens with kids, too. You've got the youngest. Babies see themselves as an extension of their mothers. They don't realize that they have autonomy yet. And so it's very common. I mean, you've seen those jokes about, hey, those boobs used to be mine. Well, they're not anymore. They're your kids. And although this is obviously not a child, they're very similar in some ways. Dogs are diet kids. So essentially, your youngest child has taken over your wife.
Oh, yeah.
He's always there.
Well, I mean, if I can't be home, I'm glad there's a black wiener to keep you happy.
Thank you. Can you not buffet on your nethers while we're on camera?
He's showing his true colors.
Men, they can't stop. They just love, there's always a tug or two. Always a tug or two. Which, by the way, I'm really proud of you. I haven't
I'm so
seen,
sorry.
You have not adjusted your balls in the last hour, and I'm really proud of you.
I haven't burped either.
Yeah, that's true. Should we just have you on camera all the time?
Right?
You can vlog.
I mean, friends who watch this will know exactly what I'm talking about. But I have stomach issues, so like if I ever burp, I'm sorry. I can't control it. That's a complaint. Should we complain about doctors? Then, like, this will get popular and no doctor will see me. But, like, maybe I'll find a doctor, they'll watch it, and they'll be like, I know what that fat little bastard's got. Right? I did want to complain about it because it's like, that's on my list. Because I'm like...
You should do that because I've been with you on the journey so I can help chime in.
Yeah, I mean, they try.
How do you want to start?
They try, but, like, stomach doctors are just, like, literally...
Like, one or two of them tried, and then everybody else followed the normal diagnosis scale and was like, well, we can't help you, bye.
It's just like I'm going to a specialist, and then they're like, so, have you tried, like, chewing more? And you're like, okay. It is $500 to see you today, and, like,
She told them IBS.
You think I didn't Google it first? To be like, eat slower, don't eat chocolate. It's like, listen, I read Google before I came and spent $500 to see you.
I know that doctor, and she was a bitch. I don't care how specialized that person was. I do not care how much how many years they worked at that job. It was so useless. I'm now starting to think that doctors have dealt with so many dumb people that they just don't bother. Like, they don't believe that you did your research.
I get it, right? Because, like, probably people come in there and they're like, I stubbed my toe, I have cancer. And you're like, I get it. But I'm like, can we have, like, an IQ? I filled out 3 forms before I even got back here. I sat in this fucking room for an hour waiting for you because you're fucking late. I've already Googled these problems. I could have Googled them before you got in here. Let me have a form. I fill out form number 5. It's an IQ test to figure out that I'm not a Don't ask me the... Oh, I can't say that.
I talk quickly. No, you can't say that.
Damn it.
Timestamp? What time is it?
Well, it was right after we came back. I could bleep it out.
Okay.
Or I could cut it. Damn, I was on a rant, though.
You should cut out a picture of my face going, ah, and put it over it when you say bad words.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want me to quickly go over your medical history since I talk quickly?
No, they don't need all that.
Well, you got really, really sick and you couldn't eat food anymore to the point where it was just rice and chicken covered in soy sauce, and it came out of nowhere, and it was very upsetting. You dropped 60 pounds. You were incredibly thin, and after, I don't know, how much health insurance did we have to exhaust? $5,000 when we were incredibly poor just to get diagnosed with IBS is insane. And then it went away for an inexplicable reason, decided to come back for no damn good reason a couple years ago, and now it's gone again. So I don't know.
Yeah, as you say, chubby.
It's like Mount St. Helens. You've got a volcano in your stomach, and it can just set off whenever the fuck it feels like.
I'm just like just festering.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, so when you're sitting in the doctor's office, and then they come in and they ask you those stupid questions, like, I filled out form number 5. I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm here. I need $500 worth of thought right now. I don't need the $50 worth of thought. I already passed all those other ones. I went to that doctor, that doctor, that doctor. Now I came to you because they all said that you're cool. You cool? No, you're going to tell me to take Tums. I'm going to shove those Tums straight up your ass.
You know what's
and
interesting?
you get like I've been dealing with this for like 3 years, and I have 5 minutes with you, and they're just like, and they give you like 5 minutes, and they're like, and then you're just like, how are you an hour behind schedule when you only gave me 5 minutes and then you left? How far was your arm up the guy's ass before me that you had to like pull it all the way out? You were like a horse doctor? You were all the way the fuck in there.
Have you heard
what happened? How did they get so far behind? Like with me, I got 3 minutes, 2 minutes, maybe 4, 5 if I tie him to the fucking chair. I don't like doctors.
Have we discussed? Have you heard of gender discrimination in healthcare? You've had a unique female experience at the doctors. I'm saying this because how many doctors told you that your stomach problems were just anxiety? Like 5 of them?
Yeah.
Anxiety for your stomach issues. That happens a lot, especially in women's fields. They'll find out they have like endometriosis or a tumor, and they're told, well, we don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a lot of doctor stuff. So we have plenty of doctors to complain about because it's like, I mean, they try, some of them do try. I'll give it that. And then they don't know, right? So then they pass me off to somebody else. But man, I've run into some stinkers because, like, you know, as my dad says, you know what they call the doctor that got a C in school? Doctor. So you like don't know. Is there like a rating system or something that I'm not aware of? Maybe there is, like ratemydoctor.com.
I mean, I see a cash-based doctor. I get 90-minute appointments. So
Yeah.
Oh, I'd also
You're like in there like hanging out with like this 90 minutes. That's like a podcast with your doctor.
literally, I'm not done yet. Half the time we just talk. I would like to be very clear that the only doctor that really tried to help you, coincidentally enough, specializes in women's health. You ever think about that?
You didn't go to all mine. There was another one who tried to help. But then they're like, okay. And then to get an appointment with them is like 6 months.
Wait,
and you're
what
like,
appointment was like a year and a half away? Do you remember that?
Yeah, and then they canceled.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that was
forgot
awesome.
about that.
I called them in like October.
October, and
They
couldn't
were
get you
like,
in until
we don't have any appointments until July.
July!
And I'm like, well, I'm probably still going to be fucked up, so book it. It comes to be like July, it was like July 20th. Came to July 1st, and they're like, sorry, we have to cancel.
It's so dark, but it's the only way we could make light of it. We always say, if it was terminal, he would have been dead by now.
Yeah, right? It was like, well, I guess it was that
He
important.
would have been dead by now, which
Like, well-
scares me. I don't even like saying it out loud.
Yeah, well, whatever. Would have, I wouldn't have to go to work anymore. There's always a bright side.
We probably have to wrap up soon. How long do you want this
that's what I'm
episode to
thinking.
be?
I don't know how long.
Cool.
It's been like a half an hour.
Do you want to bitch about sex? Because I remember we had some bedroom activities we wanted to complain about.
We did?
Yeah.
My performance again?
No, I thought we were gonna complain about our experience when we went to the adult shop a couple of years ago and received the worst recommendation ever from the woman behind the counter. And honestly, I think it's sabotage.
Yeah. Like,
Woo!
maybe
Okay, so
she was
first of all-
maybe she was trying. I wasn't there,
No.
but I can have the experience after you came home with it.
No, well, you don't remember being there, but you were there.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
No, you bought those as a gift.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Really? Damn.
Yeah. Anyway, this is why I'm here, folks, because so much of us I want to know how many things in your life you experience for the second time, but it feels like the first. I'm jealous, quite frankly.
Boobs are like the first time every
Yeah.
time. It's like boobs are like that first Dorito where you're like, yeah, I had Doritos before, but that first Dorito,
the dusty chip.
Yeah. You're
The
like,
dusty
oh,
chip.
you picked that dark Dorito too. You're looking in the bag and you're like, I don't want that many light Doritos.
It's
I want that one.
nuclear orange.
Yeah, that like got stuck in the fucking machine and just like got dusted 5 times. Why doesn't the guy at the Dorito place turn that bitch up? It's already $6 for a fucking bag of air. Turn that shit up. Dust the fuck out of it. I want to pull it out of there like it's a fucking piece of cheese.
Wasn't the owner the one who was covered in Doritos at his funeral? Wasn't that a thing?
I mean, I would if I made them.
I think that was a commercial, and then it turned into a rumor.
I mean, just imagine this dude stoned as fuck looking at the chip and the cheese, and he goes, what if I put them together and then put them in the bag?
You know, I had a Tostitos with a hint of lime chip like that. It was the most seasoned. It was so seasoned, it looked like seasoning in the shape of a chip. It was...
Oh.
I've never felt satisfied. I couldn't eat a whole bag of Doritos or a whole bag of Tostitos and never feel that satisfaction. That chip was so strong, I didn't need chips for a month.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't do it, because they know you're going to do that shit.
Right? They know you're going to dig around for it.
But you know what? If I have to pay $6 for a bag, you better put the cheese in it.
Turn it up!
Because what's in that chip? Bullshit. Flour, bullshit. Okay?
Right.
Give me the fucking cheese. I'm paying for the cheese dust. Okay, that was it. That's it.
No, you're
That's all
totally
I
right.
did.
We're right.
Yeah.
Marriage.
Fuck you, more cheese dust.
Right? Comment if you want more dust on your fucking Doritos.
How did we get on a Dorito tangent?
Because I said they were like boobs, and then it was like the
Oh,
first
that's right.
time. So we're back to the sex store.
Okay.
Sorry, we were going into the sex store, and I made a right to the grocery store.
We had to grab some snacks on the way. Do you
Get
remember
hungry.
me telling you that when we got busier in life, we'd have to schedule sex?
I mean, I figured it would happen.
He didn't believe me. I read that in a Cosmo magazine when I was way too young, but anyway. Oh, magazines back in the day were the shit. Remind me to talk about that, because that's good stuff.
We're going to run out of time. You're going to have to talk about it next time. I'll
I'm
put
not
it down.
allowed back?
I said
guys,
next time.
In the comments, if you love
I
me
don't know.
and you think I'm awesome, let him know. Remind him who he is and how he got here. Real
I
quick.
don't.
Fuck you for not cleaning this shit up. And that shit, and that shit, and that shit, and that shit. Oh, I don't have time. You set up a whole ass podcast and you didn't bother taking shit to the trash? It drives me insane. Anyway, we'd have to schedule sex.
I mean, I set up a table.
And the older you get and the more into your marriage you get, I find that I like to create scenarios and try new things or whatever. So I go to Excitement Video and I thought it would be fun to buy some sort of strap, handcuffs perhaps. Yeah, something like that. Cause we're newbies and I didn't know what I was doing. So I go into the store and we talk to the lady. We're like, hey, we're looking for cuffs. And she goes, oh, me and my boyfriend, you have to try this. It's amazing. And she walks over to the shelf, and this is when I knew we were fucked. She showed me this beautiful, silky purple rope, and I think she did that shit on purpose because she knew it was pretty, and I would like it. She said, this is fun. I promise you it's going to be amazing. Would you like to know what it was like? It was like doing my taxes at the DMV. It was the biggest waste of my time.
Well, right, I totally agree. Like, you're in the moment, you're having a good time, right? And you're like, all right, let's get this new thing out. The time is right.
You don't mess with my marital times, okay?
Right? Handcuffs would be like, click, click, we're in,
Woo!
moving on.
Done.
I pull out this rope like I'm a fucking magician, like, holy shit, okay. Then you get 6 feet of rope, and you're like,
I'm here. Honey,
I'm like,
what's up?
I'm not a fucking Boy Scout. I don't know how to, I didn't
I
got
didn't know we were
nothing.
going
Like,
for our badge today.
right, I like tied it, like you got out right away.
Scoutmaster Joe.
Fucking dick is soft.
Reporting
like,
for duty.
Right.
Yeah. Hey.
it was the prettiest fucking piece of fucking shit to make my dick soft ever.
You want some Laffy Taffy? Because that's all you're getting today. You want a nice soft ram?
Right, it was like, there wasn't nothing going in now. You tried to shove it in and we tried to save it. We're like, it'll be fine.
It's the only time I wasn't afraid of getting pregnant, really. I was like, oh, we're good.
Yeah.
It took...
The safety would have been like, you could have got out right away. Like handcuffs, you could be like, I don't think they're going to run away.
It would have taken an hour for us to complete...
Right.
Tying.
And then they're like instructions. And you're like, what?
Hey, I have the instructions. Find the nearest trash can and throw that shit away.
Yeah.
Bye.
We should have brought it down so they could see how pretty and fucking stupid it was.
Maybe we'll do that in another episode. I'll just whip it out.
We'll bring them out and you'll be like, remember this?
But like, come on, I only have 15 minutes because I gotta go, you gotta get up for work early, so then I can't be around, and that takes an hour. We don't have time for that. So I would just like to say, sales lady, you got your fucking sale, but you have an unsatisfied customer, okay?
Handcuffs. Way easier.
Handcuffs.
Just be done with it.
Yeah.
Or like Velcro. We're cool with that.
Yeah, I bought Velcro ones off Amazon. And those are much better.
Like, I'm not a porn star. I don't know how to fucking tie people up.
No, but I am an 80-year-old. I want Velcro everywhere. I want Velcro on my shoes or a toddler. I want Velcro on my hands. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't say that when we're talking about bedroom stuff. I'm an 80-year-old. I want Velcro on my shoes. I want Velcro everywhere. I want it to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Life is hard enough. You don't need to make sex harder, okay? So, and if you're one of those people, good for you. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was me, and those were my complaints. If you'd like to complain, as we said earlier, go ahead and leave us some comments, and we'll do our best to answer you.
Yeah, guys, I think we're going to wrap this one up, right?
Yeah, and hi to everyone who's going to watch this for me.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. If you liked it, throw us a like there. Also, hit the subscribe button if you want to see when we release more videos. We definitely have way more to talk about, but you have to get up for work, and I think this is enough for the first one to see if people like it.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. When he gets me steamed up, I'm going to turn this shit on, and I'll let you know how I really feel.
So if you didn't hit that like button, the subscribe button, please do that for me. If not, you're going to give me something else to bitch about. The hell was that noise?
It was just stuff on the floor because the basement's
Was it the expensive mic pack?
No, it wasn't.
Something else to bitch about. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.
God forbid we look happy.
Yeah.